What would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
Aaron Whitlow here from the Mark Out Movie Podcast, doing my first edition of Atrociously Bad Films. Although technically, when I did Monkey Shine, that was very bad, and I treated it like a bad film. I would say also Troll 2 was a very bad film that I did on our Anchor channel. But here on YouTube, this is my first attempt at doing atrociously bad films. And so I'm going to be doing it today on a film called VelociPastor.
Last night was amazing.
What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
What?
So VelociPastor is a movie about a pastor who is essentially, he has been inhabited by the spirit of a velociraptor or a dinosaur. To help fight crime with his prostitute girlfriend, he transforms her to this VelociPastor and takes on the crime syndicate in his city. This is, of course, after he's experienced a tragedy, the death of his parents in front of him in a car explosion. This movie came out in 2017. This is currently viewable on Amazon Prime. You can probably see it other places. It has a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. Of that, the critics gave it 54%, which is rotten on the tomato meter, but the audience score is 68%. The audience tend to like this movie a little bit more than the rest of us. And I lump myself with the critics in this case. And so the movie is also has an 84% of people that like it on Google users. All right, so let me jump into the cast of this terrible film. All right, this movie stars Alyssa Kempinski as Carol, not Carol Baskins.
If I were gonna, if somebody wanted to kill you, then they would put like sardine oil all over you, something that the cat wants to eat, not something the cat wants to drool on. Because the perfume, that's all they want to do is just drool all over it. They're just like,
For I knew that even though some of you supported us, some others were looking at me and thinking, "You're a liar! You're a liar! You know something that you're not telling us, you slimy scumbag liar!"
Greg Cohen as Doug Jones, also credited as Gregory James Cohen. Aurelio Valtar as Altar. Claire Hisu as Chinese villager. Jesse Tourette's as Sam the White Ninja. These are the names. These are the names. Fernando Pacheco del Castro as Frankie Mermaid, and then Daniel Steer as Father Stewart, and then Nicholas Garofalo as Hobo, and there's other people in this film. Man, oh man. So, where do I begin, guys? So this movie is terrible. It is terrible. It's terrible on purpose. I would say it has to be. This movie, there's moments where the visual effects is missing.
Mom and Dad!
But I think it's on purpose. There's moments that they use bad props. Which is on purpose, but it's visibly bad props. There's logic that doesn't make sense, story arcs that doesn't make sense. This movie is atrociously bad on purpose. But why do I review it? Because it's meant for laughs, and it's meant for that type of cult following, like Miami Connection. It's meant for that type of following, is like Trolls 2 or Samurai Cop. It's meant for that type of following. But when you try to create that type of magic, you fall short. You fall short. The best thing about Samurai Cop is the fact that they were trying to make a serious movie. They were really, really trying. And this movie, they weren't really trying. They were trying to make a funny movie, but and make it. I compare it to not BioCop. That would be awesome. Astron 6, I'm looking at you. Do this.
You're the new guy, huh?
But I'm talking about their other film that they made called Manboard. So that was on purpose bad, and it had comedic elements to it, but ultimately it falls flat and it's forgettable because it is try to make itself to be one of these type of films. The only ones that get away with that is the Asylum people, like Sharknado, because that is terrible, but it's funny and terrible. It's okay. This one, not so much. It's fun at times. I laughed at times. I giggled at times, but most of the times I groaned in like cringiness because it just falls a little flat for me. I did like the character of Frankie Mermaid. And he tells you why his name is Frankie Mermaid.
Speak up, girls! I'm gonna give you the fucking boot!
Cause you're swimming in bitches.
You goddamn right! You goddamn right.
There you go. And then there is Sam the White Ninja. Yeah, seriously, it's his name. And then they're just, and Father Stewart. It's pretty terrible. This is a pretty terrible movie. But maybe one day it will have that cult following. Maybe one day people will enjoy it. Maybe one day it will grow to be what they intended for it to be. But I can't give it that prop. I can't give it what they want me to give it. So let me go ahead and get to my my marks on the mark out meter. So I give this movie 2.5 markouts out of 5. There was entertaining elements of it. There's funny lines in it. There's funny situations in it, but most of all, it's just falls flat. But I commend them on trying. Anyone that's get out there trying to make a movie, I commend you. But it just falls a little flat for me. But anyway, I'm Aaron Whitlow from the Mark Out Movie Podcast. This is Atrociously Bad Film. I'm not going to spoil the movie. I'm going to probably show a lot of clips if I can to kind of let you see what type of film it is. And you can decide on your own whether or not you want to see this crap. But hey, if you have Prime, it's concluded. You should see it and see for yourself. But anyway, my name is Aaron Whitlow. I thank you for marking out with me here on the Mark Out Movie Podcast. Thank you.